Aries, geez, I have just realized it's Christmas this week. You're probably wondering why on earth you're alive at all at this weird time. And the answer is that this is probably one of the most exciting times we've ever had. We're moving into a completely new era, which is fabulous. But of course, the process of change is always vile. We all think we want change, but what we actually want is for everyone else to change. We don't want our lives to be disrupted. But just think about how difficult any birth is, and how fabulous you feel once you're holding the little baby in your arms. It's the same thing. We're birthing a new universe. And now it's Christmas. Happy, happy. Thanks for listening to Astrology with Linda Shaw. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. And please could you like it and share it and press the bell thing. You'll be sent reminders. That's enough of that. Let's get to the stars. Sagittarius, my little daffodil, you're getting ready to turn into a magician at midnight. All the planets are buzzing around you, and right now they're creating a kind of, mini identity crisis, it has to be said. Ultimately, of course, you'll be even more fabulous than you were before. But for now, the planets are making you wonder whether you've gone slightly mad. You're questioning your life, your image, your friends, your career. Just let it all wash over you. But think about your dream plans. There are fabulous new adventures on the way, but you'll have to make some compromises. You need to start making a few choices. Do you want freedom and adventure, or friends and relationships? No hurry, take your time. That's it for Sagittarius. Capricorn, my little cucumber. This is actually amazingly a good week for you, because everything is shifting into a new phase. You've had the hardest year of everyone. Anything that could happen to you has. You've lost friends, jobs, homes, security, and probably by now your sense of humor. You've had all the major planets in your sign, and they've been forcing you to find your inner master, whether you're ready or not. Harsh stuff, admittedly. Of course, some of you have gone and sunk into negativity and even given up, but that fabulously powerful Capricorn spirit never gives up for long. The planets are moving at last, and you're the one who's rising up and showing everyone the way. This is when you come into your own. Get used to the feeling. Then decide what you want to do with it. That's it for Capricorn. Aquarius, my little radish. Are you really tired of being ignored? Enough of that. This is the perfect moment to set your intentions for the next plan. Just don't start rushing around like a lunatic trying to get everything organized before you figure out what you're doing. The planets are showing you which part of your network to cut loose. Some of your people are holding you back. And that didn't used to bother you when you were hiding in your cave and growing a beard. But we're moving into the Aquarian age now, so people are starting to understand you a bit better. And your job is to drag the rest of us into the new century. That doesn't mean you have to take any crap from anybody, though. If you're ready, they'll climb aboard. If they're not ready, they'll catch the next bus. You just keep doing your thing. That's it for Aquarius. Pisces, my little cupcake. Do you feel as though you're always fighting with yourself? That's just because you're trying so hard to please everyone else, you've completely lost track of what you want. Moron! You have a chance now to do really well in your career and even get pushed into the public eye if that's what you want. Either way, shyness is no longer allowed. If you're too afraid to show your face, get someone to do it for you, or better, learn how to speak in public. There are miles and miles of courses out there, and you have loads of wisdom to share. Your instincts are telling you that you'll just make a big fool of yourself, and so what if you do? This is not about your ego, it's about being there when you're needed. Besides, whatever collapses now is only paving the way for a better adventure. Everything is exactly where it needs to be. That's it for Pisces. Aries, my little buffalo. You know how you always pride yourself on being a natural leader and hugely creative, which of course you are. But COVID has made you lazy, admit it, and you've been resting on your laurels, assuming that half an effort would be more than enough to sustain all those idiots around you. You could be right. But that's not the point, is it? You're asking yourself why you always have to be the one who has to take care of everything, and the answer is because that's what you were born to do. Being a leader is never convenient. This week, you'll just have to trust yourself and take a leap of faith. It's time for a change. Give it a bash. That's it for Aries. Taurus, my little lemon drop, have all your relationships gone to hell? Don't worry about it. It just seems that way. The point is, emotions are the one area you find really difficult to control. So that's where you're being tested. So, How do you feel about the people around you? Are you feeling trapped? Are you dying to get away from them? Do you feel as though they're eating away at your soul, as though you always have to be the one to fix everything? Now, ask yourself whether you've always insisted on taking control, which means they end up becoming your victims. Emotional honesty is your cosmic test. Start by having a long conversation with yourself and letting go of anyone who's no longer supportive. After Christmas, maybe. That's it for Taurus. Gemini, my little coconut. Are you asking yourself which way from here? Fret not. Geminis always have that dual response to everything. It's the twin thing. So on the one hand, you're fighting like crazy for everything you believe in, and on the other, you've had enough of the whole drama and you're ready to tear it all down and start again. So you'll get both. Dramatic endings, wonderful new beginnings. Remember, you have a very short attention span, so generally you have to be whacked over the head before you pay attention anyway. You've also forgotten what you really want. So think about all your deals and connections. Those are all about to change. The longer you ignore them, the more they'll inhibit your freedom. Just decide what you want and you'll get it. That's it for Gemini. Cancer, my little donut. You've been beating yourself up for most of this past year, telling yourself you're a failure, nothing you do goes well, you're losing the plot. What you need to do now is make friends with your negative ego. That's what's tripping you up. So now there are some fabulous new opportunities for success coming really soon. Meanwhile, you need to acknowledge what you've already achieved. You've forgotten all the positive things about this year. So look at what's holding you back. It's usually a relationship or a person you're afraid to let go of. Let's face it. Your planet, though, the moon, is really powerful now. You can use its strength for whatever you need. You decide. That's it for Cancer. Leo, my little rosebud, isn't this great? You're suddenly being recognized for all your fabulous talents. The trick here is to keep your ego under control and use your gifts to help the others move forward. You could try out a few different creative techniques. The planets will be supporting you for quite a while, so you just have to get energetic and keep your focus. Take some vitamins to rev you up, and get a friend to phone you every single day and tell you how amazing you are. Leos aren't very good at telling themselves that, so find someone who doesn't mind being your sounding board. You can create miracles now. That's it for Leo. Virgo, my little ice cream cone, we need to be healing some old wounds, but to do that, you'll have to step out of your comfort zone and find new ways of handling pain. The planets are messing with your home and your family, so you need to look at your foundations and what keeps you solid. You've actually lost track of some of your relatives, so you'll need to reconnect, and most of all, you need to find new ways of interacting with the people in your life. You don't have to like your family, you just have to love them exactly the way they are. Families are what teach us the real meaning of love. It's our greatest human lesson. That's it for Virgo. Libra, my little watermelon. You have the weirdest habit of looking back at ancient history and fretting about all the things you didn't do or did do. Your planets are dragging you into the present and pushing you forward. You need to understand that the past is over and the only person who remembers it is you. Everyone else has their own memories to fret about. So what you have to do now is forgive yourself and everyone else and move forward. There'll be some surprise help from friends, but also a few lessons. You're moving into a fabulous new phase, provided you have the courage to take the next step. Nostalgia is always based on fantasy. The past is never better than the present because you can still change what happens next. Take your power, wave it around, have some fun. That's it for Libra. Scorpio, my little lamb chop. You've got some decisions to make, and you don't want to make them, of course. But the truth is, you've already thought this through from every single angle, and you know exactly what you should be doing. You're just afraid to trust yourself. So, remind yourself that everything is perfect in the universe and is exactly where it needs to be. You just need to slot in where you're most comfortable. If you're determined to keep marching on the spot, that's fine, but there'll be consequences. Bits of your life will start tripping over each other. So tell yourself you're fabulous and make some moves. You'll be brilliant. That's it for Scorpio. Thank you, delicious creatures, for listening to Astrology with Linda Shaw. This is the perfect time to start believing in your own magic and to make something amazing happen. So whenever you're out there in the world, protect yourself in a bubble of flame. Then ask your angels to help you and keep smiling, even if you don't feel like it. Smiling lifts your vibration. Give it a bash. Now, if you'd like to subscribe or like or share, just press the button. It's free. And have a great week and a great Christmas. and remind yourself every 5 seconds just how amazing you are. Give yourself permission to succeed, it's important. Bye now.